Okay, let's take a look at Beatty Sec Sec 3 NA paper 2020. Okay, now expand and simplify 3x plus 2, 4 minus 2x. Okay, so question like this, we have two methods. You can either use the rainbow method. Personally, right, to avoid careless mistake, this is what I like to do. Okay, plus 2 bracket 4 minus 2x. Okay, so we get 12x minus 6x squared plus 8 minus 4x. Okay, when you bring in the terms. Okay, so you get negative 6x squared plus 8x plus 8. Right? Okay, B. Factorize 2x squared minus 3x minus 5. Okay, factorize a three term. Okay, you can either use the tic-tac-toe method or you can use the cross method that you learned in school. Okay, now, so 2x squared minus 3x minus 5, right? To get 2x squared, there's only one option, 2x and x. To get 5, there's only 1 and 5. Okay, so to position yourself, this and 1 must be in this position so that you get 5x down here and 2x down here. And you need to get negative, so the 5 has to turn negative. So the answer is 2x minus 5, x plus 1. Okay, part 2, 2x squared minus 18, factorize. So first thing that notice is that the factor of 2 is a common factor. So when we take it out, it's 2x squared minus 9. And when we reach two terms, we must always check, right? Is it a squared minus b squared situation? Okay, so if it's a difference of 2 squared, this is going to be a plus b, a minus b. Okay, so it'll be 2x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, right? If x is more than 0, less than 180, find two possible values of sine x equals to 0.18. So to do this, right, okay, we say to solve for x, okay, so first we need to take the inverse of 0.18. Okay, so when we take the inverse of 0.18, okay, we'll get 10.369. Okay, so uh, what is the other value then? Okay, so what it means is that sine of 10.369, this value, is going to give me 18, is a 0.18. Okay, so the next value would be, okay, x could be possibly 10.369, or it can also be 180 minus 10.369. Okay, because this is obtuse angle formula. Okay, so this is a pretty common question. Okay, so we'll have 10.369. Okay, sorry, x equals to 10.369 or 169.63. Okay, so then we need to round off for angles. The answer will be to 1 dp. So 10.4 degree or 169.6 degree. Okay, which you can double check on your answer, right? Okay, is that you take the sine of it again. Okay, right? So imagine you sine this answer, you'll get back 0.18. When you sine the 10.319, right? When you sine this answer, okay, 10.369, okay, you'll get very close to 0.18 as well. Okay, so it's always the case, 180 minus. The value of x for cos x equals to negative, right? This one is easier, right? So you just take cosine inverse negative 0.27. Okay, so answer is 105.7. Okay, question 3. Okay, a car travel at a constant speed for 54 kilometers per hour for 45 minutes. Okay, the car then traveled another 80 kilometers. The average speed of the entire journey is 5.4 meter per second. Convert 5.4 meter per second to kilometer per hour. Okay, so now we have 5.4 meter in 1 second. When you do conversion of speed, you need to know that the speed changes, 2 units change. Meters change to kilometers, second change into hour. Okay, so what happens when you change meter into kilometer, right? Okay, that will be divided by 1,000. But the 1 second change into hour, okay, has to divide by 3,600. So you ended up with 5.4 divided by 1,000 over 1 divided by 3,600. And because of this, right, it will become 5.4 over 1,000 multiplied, okay, divided by 1 over 3,600. Okay, this divide sign is this fraction sign down here. Okay, can be changed into a divide sign. Then we know primary school math, right? Keep change it. So 5.4 over 1,000 times 3,600 over 1. Okay, which will then give you your answer of 5.4 times 3.6, 19.44 kilometer per hour. Since the answer is exact, I don't round off to 3SF. Okay, we only round off to 3SF if the answer has a long range of decimals. Okay, and it's not exact. Okay, calculate the time taken for the second part of the journeys in hours and minutes, correct to the nearest minute. Okay, so the car travel a total distance. Okay, how much total distance did it travel? Okay, so there's two parts of the journey down here. Firstly, we have speed of 50 km per hour and a time of 45 minutes. Okay, so you need to know how to convert time, minutes into hours divided by 60. So that is 3/4 hour. Okay, so the distance traveled in the first part will be 3/4 times 50, right? So 37.5 kilometers. Okay. Now, in the second part of the journey, right, we want to find out the time taken for the journey. So to find out the time taken, I need to know the distance. Okay, I mean, the distance is already given, right? The distance is 80 kilometers. Okay, I also need to know, right, to find the time, I need to know the speed. Did they say the speed? Okay, they only says that the average speed of the entire journey is 5.4 meter per second. Okay, so now what do we have to do down here is to add up the total distance. Total distance, right, is equals to 80 plus 37.5. So 117.5 km with a total speed of 19.44 km per hour. Remember our answer in part A. Okay, so total time taken, total time will then be, right, triangle DST. Time is distance divided by speed. So 117.5 divided by 19.44. 19.44. Okay, so plus 80 divided by 19.44. Okay, so we get a total of 6.044 hours. Okay, now, and then remember, we want to find the time down here. So the time down here will be 6.044 hour minus the starting 3/4 hour. So minus 3/4, okay, which is 5.294 hours. Okay, which converts into 5 hour. So I minus 5. So the 0.294 is not 29 minutes. Okay, I've seen a lot of people write 29 minutes. You need to convert time. So 16, okay, 18 minutes, right? Rounded off. Okay, 17.64, rounded to the nearest minute, 18 minutes. Okay. Question 4. Candy set aside $25,000 for investment. She decides to invest the money for 6 years. Okay, the following are the offers offered from two banks. Bank A, 5% simple interest. Bank B, 4.8% compound interest. Which bank should she invest in? Justify your answer with working. So Bank A, Bank B. Okay, so 25,000 simple interest, right? Okay, if it's a simple interest is equals to formula PRT over 100. Okay, this formula is not given, so you need to memorize it. Okay, so that will be 25,000 times 5% times 6 years. over 100. Okay, 6 years, right? So key into calculator, 25,000 times 6% times, sorry, 5% times 6 years, right? Okay, so that will be 7,500. So that means this 7,500, remember, is just the interest, okay? So this is the interest part, right? Now, for compounded, okay, for compound interest, okay, what we have, the formula is to calculate a total amount, okay? Now, this formula is given to us. It's P bracket 1 plus R to power T. So if you put in the numbers, 25,000 bracket 1 plus, the rate is 4.8 over 100 to the power of 6, okay? So that is going to be 25,000 bracket 1 plus 4.8 over 100 to power 6. Okay, so that is 33,121.33. Okay, round off to two decimal place because this is money. However, this is the total amount. So we need to take 33,121.33 minus the initial investment of 25,000 to find out what is the actual interest, which is actually 8121.33. Okay, so then we'll say that choose bank B, okay, because bank B has higher interest by, okay, $621.33. Answer. Okay, question 5, express 240 as a product of its prime factor. Now, prime factorizing, right, is to, okay, we can use the ladder method, 240 divided by 2, okay, so start off, divide by 2, 120, divide by 2, 60 divided by 2, 30 divided by 2, 15 divided by 3, 5. So divide by 5, 1. Okay, so we can say that 240 is 2 to power 4 times 3 times 5. Answer. Okay, find the largest whole number that is a factor of 240, 80, and 32. So question is really asking for HCF. Okay, so when we want to do this, okay, we can just list down the numbers 240, 80, 32. And then we factorize until that we can't divide by the same number anymore. Okay, demo. Okay, divide by 2. So 120, 40, 16. Okay, so everybody still can divide by 2, so everybody divides by 2. 60, 28. Still can divide by 2, we continue, right? So we get 30, 10, and 4. Still can continue. 2. So we get 15, 5, and 2. Then at this step, it gets a bit awkward, right? Because 15, 5, and 2, we cannot divide any further. So once we cannot divide any further, this part down here will be our HCF. Okay, so the largest whole number is 2 to the power of 4. But since they are looking for the number, so it's 16. Answer. Okay, right? Now, David, Mark, and Ali visits the school every 240 days, 80 days, and 32 days. Okay, the three of them visited on Monday. On which day of the week will they visit the zoo together again? Okay, so now this one, right, since they want together, okay, so we want the numbers where they match together. Okay, so we have this portion down here, okay, that we can make use of first. So firstly, right, this is finding LCM. Okay, so LCM, we can employ the same trick as well. Okay, so since we already know there's a factor of 16, so then they will get 15, 5, and 2. So basically, we continue from the HCF, right? And then I'm going to continue to divide by 2, right? Okay, so that we'll get, they say, 15 cannot divide, 5 cannot divide. So only the 2 can divide down here, right? Which is fine. So we have 15, 5, and 1. Then we are going to divide by 3 so that we get 5, 5, and 1. And then finally, we're going to divide by 5, and then we get 1, 1, 1. So that is the eventual state that I want, right? Okay, if the numbers can divide, we divide. Okay, but eventual, we want to get 1, 1, 1. Okay, so remember 16 was 2 to the power of 4, right? So that means the LCM would be 2 to the power of 4 times 2 times 3 times 5. Okay, let's just find out what is that number. Okay, so 32 times 3 times 5. So that means in 480 days, they will visit the school, the zoo all together again. Okay, so they need 480 days in order to meet each other, right, at the zoo once again. Okay, so how many days is that, right? So 480 divided by 7. Okay, so 480 divided by 7, it will be 68 remainder something. So we find the remainder, 68 times 7. Okay, 476, so there's a remainder of 4. Okay, now this 68 means the number of weeks. So 68 weeks directly, it will still be a Monday. Then there are 4 more days, then they will meet. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So they will meet on a Friday. Okay. Question 6. Triangle ABC has angle ABC equals to 90 degree, tangent X equals to 4 over 3. Now, tangent X equals to 4 over 3, tangent measures O over A. So that means this O is worth 4 units and this A is worth 3 units. So based on the units worth, right, we can also say that, okay, the AC would be worth the square root, because based on Pythagoras theorem, 4 squared plus 3 squared, so it's worth 5 units. Okay, so show that sine x equals to 4 over 5. So sine x equals to O over H, so it's 4 over 5. That's all. Okay, state the exact value of sine y. Okay, y is equals to 180 minus x. So sine x is equals to sine y, right? Obtuse angle formula. Okay, so it's equals to 4 out of 5. That's all. Okay, however, only sine remains the same. Cosine and tangent, they will become negatives. So cosine y is equals to negative cosine x. And cosine x is 3 over 5. So negative 3 over 5. Okay, because cosine is A over H. Oh. Question 7. Okay, first 4 terms of the sequence is 7, 10, 13, 16. Write down the next 2 terms. Simple, 19, 22. Find expression in the n term for the sequence, right? Okay, so to find the n term, you just need to know, okay, that the formula is going to be what? An plus b. Okay, so this one plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. This is going to be my A. Go backwards, this is T0. Okay, so this is 4, right? So this is going to be my B. So that means the pattern is 3n plus 4. Simple. Okay, is 186 in the term in the sequence? Justify your answer. Okay, so we equate 3n plus 4. If 3n plus 4 equals to 168, then 3n will be equals to 164. So 3n equals to, n equals to 164 divided by 3 equals to 54 and 2/3. Okay, so no, because n is not a whole number. Okay, then the answer will be yes if n was a whole number. Okay, calculate the values of x. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-sided figure. Total angle, interior angle, will always be n minus 2 times 180 degree. So since there is 5 sides, that will be 5 minus 2 times 180, which is 540 degree. Okay, so 540 degree is made up of 4x, 92, blah, 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 right? Okay, so we can take away the 134, take away the 92. Okay, so then we can say that 4x plus 3x plus 2 plus 5x minus 24 plus 92 plus 134 is equals to 540. Okay, so group up all the x's. Okay, 4x, 7x, 12x, right? So we have a total of 12x down here. Okay, so 12x, then we have group up all the numbers to 94. 94 minus 20, so that is 70. 204. Okay, so 204 brings to the other side, right? Anyways, it's just calculated. Huh? So 12x equals to 540 minus 204. Okay, 336. So x equals to 28. That's all. Okay. Okay. A regular n-sided polygon has exterior angle y. Given that the size of the interior angle is 3 times the size of the exterior angle, find the value of y. Okay. Now, one interior angle plus one exterior angle will always be 180 degrees. Now, if the interior angle is 3 times the size of the exterior angle, so this is 3 units, okay? 3 unit, the exterior is 1 unit, is 180. Then 4 units equals to 180. 1 unit equals to 45 degrees. That's all. Oh, simple. Okay, question 9a. Simplify, right? Something root to the power of 4. So this will be equals to 81 x8 over y4. Okay, now when you have root to the 4th, it means power a quarter. Okay, now the power quarter will affect everything inside the bracket so that we get 81 to the power 1 quarter x8 times 1 quarter over y4 times 1 quarter. Okay, so then we'll have 81, right? It's not 81 times a quarter. It's 81 to the power of 1 quarter. So we get 3x squared over y. Answer. Oh, okay. B. Completing the square. X squared minus 6x minus 4. Okay. So x squared minus 6x minus 4 equals 2, right? So, okay. How I thought you ought to complete the square is, okay, x squared minus 3x minus 3x. Okay, so this is, to complete the square, I need a 9, right? So that means it's x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 9 minus 4. This whole thing becomes completed, so it becomes x minus 3 perfect square minus 13. Okay, next part, hence. Hence means you must use the complete square to solve it. X squared minus 6x minus 4, right? From the above, it became x minus 3 squared minus 13 equals to 0. Negative 13, shift to the other side. X minus 3 squared equals to 13. Okay, so x minus 3 is equals to square root, right? Because I removed the square, plus minus, or over here when I do this. Okay, the square root will get rid of the square. Okay, so then finally, x equals to 3 plus minus root 13 into calculator, get answer. 3 plus root 13, 6.61, right? 3SF. Okay, since they didn't specify, usually this kind of question, they will specify maybe 2 decimal place or 3 decimal place or 3SF, right? Whatever. Or if they never specify, I'm just going to give it in 3SF. 3 minus root 13, okay, negative 6.05, 6.06, okay? Okay, the graph is for y equals to negative, that's why it's set phase, x plus 6, x minus 2, okay? That's why the roots are negative 6 and 2, okay? Or the reverse of the brackets, okay? The reverse of the brackets. Or state the line of symmetry of y equals to negative 6x plus x minus 2. Line of symmetry is the line in the middle. So in the middle of 2 and negative 6, that will be at negative 2. How do I get? Okay, to find the middle value, okay, we take the two ends, add together, and divide by 2. Oh, so negative 2. So that means negative 2 is the line of symmetry. This is the line of symmetry, right? Now, the equation of the line of symmetry is special. It's always x equals to negative 2. Okay, a horizontal line, a vertical line is always x equals to -2. Okay, x equals to something. Now determine whether the points -12 and -20 lies on the graph. Okay, now we have no idea of the extensions of the negative. So the way to do that is to sub in into the equation. Okay, so we say, okay, we want to determine one or the other. All right, so we just sub in one of it. So I'm going to sub in x and say y states that it is equals to negative. Okay, x is replaced with -12, so -12 plus 6. Okay, and -12 minus 2. Okay, so this will be -12 plus 6 is -6. -12 minus 2 is -14. However, this is multiplicative, so it actually becomes -84. Okay, so when x equals to -12, the graph is at -84. Therefore, -12, -20 does not lies on the graph. Simple. Okay. Now, find the length between A25 and 82, length of line, right? So, length of line is always Pythagoras theorem, okay? So, okay, if you can look at it from the perspective of Pythagoras, you should be fine, okay? Or otherwise, you can use the length of line equation. AB equals to square root of uh, 5 minus 2 square plus 2 minus 8 square. Okay, basically the gradient formula, okay, the x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. Okay, so we'll have square root of 3 square plus bracket -6 square. Okay, so 6.71 unit. Find the equation of the line that passes through B and C. Okay, B and C. Find the equation of the line. Okay, so they want us to find the equation of this line, right? So equation of a straight line is always going to be y equals to mx plus c. Okay, so the gradient in this case would be 2 minus -6 over 5 minus, wait, 2 minus -6 over 8 minus 5, right? So it's 8 over 3. Huh? Okay, so that's the gradient. So y equals to 8 over 3x plus c. Remember, we are solving for two unknowns. Okay, so the first unknown has already been solved. That is the gradient. Now we need to sub in a point. Okay, you can either sub in 8, 2 or 5, -6. So you say when x equals to 8, y equals to 2. So 2 equals to 8 over 3 times 8 plus c. So c equals to, okay, no space, 2 minus 8 over 3 times 8. Okay, so that is -58 over 3, right? So c equals to -58 over 3. Therefore, the equation is y equals to 8 over 3x minus 58 over 3. Okay, ABCD is a parallelogram. State the coordinates of D. Now, the A, B, C, D. So that means D must be somewhere here. Okay, so since they are parallelogram, they must observe the same trait. Okay, so you look at how, okay, so think of it in such a way, right? This is the parallelogram, okay, that should be presented, okay, somewhere along this line, right? Now, look at how C travels to D. Okay, C travels to D must be how B travels to A. Okay, B is 8, travel to 2. Okay, so you see 8 to 2, that's -6. So 5 to this point will also be -6. That means it will be at -1. Now observe the y-axis. 2 goes to 5, that's +3. So -6 also has to +3. So that is -3. So answer -1, -3. Simple observation. Okay, that's all.